down. But we've been seeing some cute stuff out of some people that seems to show some promise, maybe.
Against heavy ground armies, like pure ground armies, even Stalker Colossus, it can be pretty good to just load up a bunch of banelings and drop them on the army. I don't do it myself very much, but I've seen a lot of success with it, and it's something I've kind of considered. I just haven't gotten around to working with. So, yeah, they definitely could have some use there. Okay, here, this is, again, you're getting up into a 30 supply range. That's when Protoss starts to commit to something, so, yeah, sending your drone in there is good. You see 3 gates and 2 sentries, that's...
And they have 2 guys on gas. Alright, so, I do want to hit a good roach timing. I feel like I'm going to need more gas this game than I had last game. When do you think I should take my 3rd gas?
You still want to take them after your lair, but last time you took your 2nd and 3rd gas when the lair was about 75% done. This time do it when it's 25 to 50 in the first half of it.
So I'll go ahead and go.
Or you can take the 2nd gas much faster and then take the 3rd slightly later.
I'm going to get the 3rd, I guess, around the time my lair is finishing.
Yeah, that works too.
Now in these positions I would really expect like a Zealot Sentry type of push.
Yeah, well, you know it's not going to come before the fast expansion because you saw only 3 gates. 3 gates and no chrono boost on the Cyber Core. That means he's definitely not going to be aggressive before the Nexus. But you do want to keep scouting to make sure. Like, always be poking in with your Zerglings. He can't chase you down or anything, so you just constantly use him to get information.
Alright, so I'm going to start making roaches with my next injection cycle. That sound about right?
Well, if you're choosing to be aggressive, then yeah, this is around the time. Actually, it depends. Are you waiting for... You're waiting for the lair upgrades, right?
Yes.
Then you want to make at least a few more drones on your natural. You're kind of messing up the balance again.
LOL, I'm so good at this game. Alright, so roach speed and burrow. And I'll send 3 guys from my main down to mine gas. There, alright. So now I'm going to start with the roach production.
Yeah, from here on out, if you want to be aggressive, you need to make almost purely roaches. Yeah, purely roaches and lings.
God, it's going to be so hard to break that. Jeff's so good with his force fields.
Well, Burrow does very, very well against force fields. If he doesn't get a cannon, yeah, it'll be very powerful. Unfortunately, he is getting a cannon,
yeah,
so
if
it will be difficult.
Cannon, it would be because he's trying to let me win. The only time I've ever beaten Jeff was when he put a cannon way out front, and I just easily sniped it and killed him. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well,
it is still only 1 cannon defended by 1 pylon, so that's something you should see and think that could be a vulnerability. So it's not like he has a wall of buildings and a couple of cannons behind it. It is still something you can take advantage of.
Come on, injections.
Yeah, you have some roaches behind your natural mineral line, so.
Just guarding it, man. Don't want to get any hellions back there.
When he moves out like that with his army, like it's early game, so you know he doesn't have a ton of units, you can just go ahead and run your Zerglings in his main. Like, it's very unlikely that he'll actually have anything blocking it.
Okay.
And it's just, that's a really good way to annoy him for almost no cost.
Oh, come on.
Your army's out of position.
No, it's not. Flanking sign. Reinforce with lings or with roaches?
As much of both as you can. Make all your gas into roaches, and then everything else goes into lings. And also, you lost the queen, so you want to replace that. And you also want to re-rally your units. You have some stuck at your natural.
And his robo's right on time.
Okay, you take those roaches from your natural and send them along with the attack. If you have those up there, you can engage before anything else really happens. Like, you can just kind of go kill him now.
Come on, roaches!
You don't want to go up there.
Oh, too late now.
Yeah. You could have just surrounded his army with the lings and attacked with the roaches. But this is still good. It's still going to do a lot of damage. Okay, you have a lot of minerals building up back at home, so, well, ideally you would just be spending it all on units, but as you're not, you should probably go expand with that somewhere, and then just continue to harass with units.
Can I take a gold in this position?
That's not a bad option, either the right main or the gold. You want to focus fire the Immortal in that situation. Then here, he's able to defend this, so you kind of want to pull your units out and regroup for another attack, or just focus on economy.
Alright, so I think I'm a little vulnerable to a counter right now. But I feel pretty good.
To some extent, yeah. Yeah, that was a very good attack. You're far ahead in economy right now. So given that, you want to focus mostly on producing units for a little while, because as you said, you are kind of vulnerable to a counter. And you already have an economic advantage, so you don't need to focus on drones. So just make another couple of rounds of units, and so you need to start worrying about scouting now, seeing how he's going to react to this. See if he's making a bunch of units, or if he's replacing his probes, if he's heading up to Colossus. Because that will tell you where you go from there once you're safe.
Overlord speed, so I'll start it now. Should I make an overseer? I've got extra gas.
Yeah, in this situation, that's not a bad idea, just because you do have too much gas. Generally, you don't want to, but here it's fine. Okay, there, and you should have seen that he was chrono-charging the Nexus. That means he's focusing on replacing the probes he lost. He's not going to be attacking you, so you can take this opportunity to make a bunch of drones.
Should I transfer a bunch of drones to that gold?
Your main and natural aren't really saturated yet, so don't transfer too many.
So I don't want to screw up and throw this away. I'm in a winnable position right now, but I just I know how these games go.
Yeah, you just got to focus on the fundamentals from here. You're getting your drones up pretty well. You got to keep spreading creep, keep hitting your injections, and everything comes down to scouting, seeing what units he's making. You really need to get a look at his army and see what the composition is.
All right.
Either just with Zerglings or with an Overlord or what.
So I just started making roaches again because he's on my creep.
Yeah. Yeah. There you see that his army is Stalkers, and he's still making Immortals. He has 3 Immortals, so you really want to be going Hydra right here.
Okay. I feel like I should goop something. Think that robotics.
Why are you going Spire? You didn't see any Robo Bay or anything.
I should cancel it?
Yeah, you should be going Hydra.
I just felt like, I don't know, I'm bad. What can I say?
Yeah, it happens.
Alright, so as soon as I get some Overlords, I'll start making... Oh, my Hydra didn't start. More roaches, I guess? Lings?
Roaches and Lings, a mix. Okay, you see him getting aggressive here, that means you want to set up for... And when you engage like this, your entire goal is just surround him with the Lings and then attack with the roaches.
Oh shit, he's gonna see this gold. Or maybe
yeah.
Not. Oh, he's probably seen the gold.
He's seen it, but he's withdrawing for more reinforcements.
Hydrogen.
Your Lings. Okay, at this point you're not going to be able to defend that, so if he commits to an attack...
Counter?
Yeah, that would be a good choice in this situation. Counter and expand to the top left. But he's worried about a counter, so he's not really committing to an attack, so... You just want to keep that in mind. You want to keep in mind how you're going to react if something happens, so you don't have to do it on the fly.
So should I send roaches? This is just zealots.
Just send a few roaches, not your entire army. Because what he wants you to do is pull yourself out of position so he can attack. So yeah, that's good, just a few roaches like that.
No drones! I should just throw them.
Yeah. Okay, so here, well, yeah, you see he's about to engage, so you have a lot more units than him, so you can just kill him as soon as he gets on creep.
I hate force fields so much.
Yeah, so it's okay, you're still going to win pretty easily. Just remember to keep making units, keep injecting. There's honestly not too much micro you can do in a battle like this, so just focus on making more units.
Should Looks like a win now.
Yeah. Now you can just rally to his choke and attack move. Well done.
I think he gave me that game, to be honest.
No, that was pretty much just standard, like, warp gate aggression. He wasn't upgrading or anything that would prevent him from attacking. You had the roach upgrades in time, and he went on to creep. So.
All right, I'm gonna ask him if he wants last pick, because that's the way we do it, right?
Yep.
He's gonna say steps, and I'm gonna cry.
Yep.
He says, nah, whatever is fine. Does that mean I should make Scrap Station?
Scrap Station actually isn't a great map for Zerg anymore, but it's one of the better ones.
What map would you pick in this situation?
Well, if I wanted to be a dick, I'd do Blistering and do some kind of Roachling all in.
How about Temple? That's pretty fair for ZvP, isn't it?
It's okay. It gives Protoss a really, really easy fast expansion, but it's also pretty safe for Zerg unless it's close positions, so it's not bad.
All right. Cool beans. We're doing pretty good on time, still under that first hour. So if you're cool with it, I'd love to have you play a game or two after this one.
Sure.
Awesome. And I'll be the guy in your ear telling you what to make.
Sounds good.
Hopefully. If you could join on Jeff, or maybe he can invite you.
Yeah.
Please. All right, so final game. This is for all the marbles.
Yep. Big deal. You'll win the GSL with this.
All right. We have fun here. And this is where I 7-pool, right?
Yep. 6-full drone all in.
In all fairness, I do think 7-pool is a build that warrants some consideration, especially on maps with a gold that you can take right behind it. What do you think?
I prefer it on maps like Shakuris, where it's just it's like 99% they're going to fast expand or want to fast expand. And in that situation, you'll be able to kill the buildings they put in natural and just force them into a defensive posture. On any map where they're likely to build above their ramp, I feel it's really risky.
I know in a recent tournament, I think it was the Teal Open actually, Cats pulled a 7-pool on Scrap, and of course expanded to the far gold base there. And it was against, who was he playing against? Was it against Kiwi? And he completely obliterated that game. It was hilarious.
Really?
It was really funny. Yeah, it was really funny because he transferred like all of his drones down to the gold, and Protoss of course scouted it with his probe, and he thought it was a drone all in. So he made like 3 cannons.
Oh, that's actually really cute. I like that.
He made like 3 cannons at the top of his ramp just to like not die, and they were just going down to the gold. So it was fun. Cats is a fun player to watch.
Yeah, he is actually. He comes up with some very interesting stuff.
Great guy. Had him on the show a week ago, and I brought him on to talk about cheese, and when we got inside his head, everything that he does seems to be a lot less cheesy and a lot more logical. So I really have a great deal of respect for the guy.
Faking a drone all in order to transfer it to the gold is actually really well thought out. I hadn't considered that before. That's cute.
It was hilarious.
Is the game frozen or something?
I'm stuck on a halfway bar, so I don't know what's going on here. Maybe one of our observers is lagged out, or... Oh, Jeff just sent me a message saying, oh.
Oh.
So, now you of course have this reputation for being this super mechanical, streamlined, solid player, and as such, okay, it was an observer. As such, we don't really see a lot of cheese out of you. Everybody's asked you why, and you've always explained, hey, if I can play solid and hold it and have a better chance of winning in the late game, I'm gonna do that every time, and it makes perfect sense. But I mean, surely you've got some tricks up your sleeve.
Well, it's kind of a situation where the reputation builds on it.